If you work from home, you really want to take the time to set up your workstation properly so you don't wind up like the people in this video who have neck pain, back pain, arm pain because they're not set up properly at the computer. So I'm going to show you what they look like and what you should be doing to make yourself comfortable at home. Here we have the standard, just put it on the kitchen table setup. As you can see, this person probably has neck pain from his forward head posture, mid-back weakness from his lack of tone of muscles in the rhomboid. The rhomboids are muscles that keep your shoulder blades together. And a very tight pectoralis muscle, which could lead to a compression of the brachial plexus, an important network of nerves that lead all the way down the arm. He also probably has low back pain from his poor posture and forearm pain from resting his arms as he's typing, because that leads to dorsiflexing, the flapping up and down of the wrist, which can strain the muscles of the forearm. His desk is too high. He needs a keyboard tray so he can position his arms at a wider angle to avoid strain on the ulnar nerve. The ulnar nerve is the nerve that goes around the elbow. Sometimes if you hit it, people call it the funny bone. Here's another example of where the model is seated at a desk that's too high on a chair that doesn't support him, and he has a very far forward head. This man has his mouse too high and too far away. He's risking injury all the way from his neck to his wrist and probably has shoulder pain. He needs to put his input device on a keyboard tray that's in line with his belly button so that he doesn't strain his arm and shoulder. Next, we have the coffee table variation. This table is far too low to allow the spine to be erect, and that can lead to terrible back pain and poor positioning of the arm and hands. Some people like to lounge, they think it's comfortable, but this man's head is in a very forward position, and that will lead to neck strain. I also don't recommend putting an electronic device on top of one's body. Here is another variation on lounging. I would not recommend sitting in this asymmetrical position for any length of time. Beds are not designed for computer work. This model has a forward head, curved spine, and awkward positioning of the arm and hands, all of which can lead to strain, pain, and possible injury. So what is the ideal home workstation? Should we sit like the diagram that we found on the internet? Absolutely not. You can see that the hips are not higher than the knees and that the elbow is bent at a 90-degree angle. That's not what we want to do. Instead, start with your chair. Make sure that the hips are higher than the knees and keep the head over the spine to prevent neck pain, spine pain, and other problems. What you want to get is an ordinary foam wedge. This is just a high-density foam, and what you do is you sit on it so that your hips are higher than your knees. I will show you. So now when I'm sitting at the computer, my back maintains the normal spinal curve instead of going this way, which will lead to back and neck pain. And it helps me sit tall. So you really want to sit with your hips higher than your knees, nice and tall with a properly aligned spine. In this position, lower your keyboard tray and slant it so that it slopes in the same direction as your thighs. This will increase the angle of the elbow, thus preventing strain on the ulnar nerve. And then put your monitor an arm's length away where you can view it without disturbing your head posture. Now, get up out of your chair and take a 10-minute or 20-minute break every 20 minutes. You may need more frequent breaks if you have symptoms. Don't let yourself get into pain because then you have to stop working. And for more great information, see the video that's coming up next.